What's up, y'all? So, I ended up getting this statement on my YouTube channel, and I was kind of taken back by it because I had to actually do a little bit of research on this, right? So, I'm gonna leave some cited resources down below in the comment section because I was kind of like stumped by it a little bit because I actually like capitalism, but I never really looked at it from that aspect before. So, after I did some research, right, I've started noticing that toxic capitalism isn't really just about greed. It's really about math with no morality whatsoever, right? So when you really take a deep dive into it, it's literally a system where human life is treated as an expense and suffering becomes a rounding error, if that makes sense to you guys. So what we tend to do is we inflate the value of currency not by creating real abundance, but by extracting more labor, more time, and more life from people who are already stretched thin. And this is why I work alone. I don't want to really do that to anybody. And when that happens, you start to notice that wages begin to stagnate, right? Not only that, even though the wages do end up being stagnant, productivity does explode. And the difference doesn't really disappear. What it does is it gets captured. So when all this happens, people tend to notice that healthcare becomes a privilege. Housing becomes something like a speculation too. And burnout becomes normal. And a majority of people who are in the regular 9 to 5 work field, they're told that this is efficiency. And really, in reality, it's not. But you also have to take into account and put into when an economy grows while people shrink, that's not progress. That's really what you call devaluation. And toxic capitalism in itself is what happens when money is treated as sacred and life is treated as disposable. I hear the saying all the time, oh, you're replaceable. No, nobody's really replaceable whatsoever. And just to get it grounded in, no system that feeds on exhaustion can really call itself sustainable. It can't. It just doesn't make sense. But again, check out the comments section down below. I'm gonna leave some cited resources there because that statement right there, that's a deep one.